5 times I've really f***ed up on stage. Let me show you how not to. Seriously, don't.
Welcome to Jersey Shore Guitar Garage. Quality hand-wired guitar electronics to express your true tone. Unleash the power in your hands.
Welcome back to Jersey Shore Guitar Garage. Thanks for tuning into this one. This one's going to be fun. 5 mistakes that, I've made on stage, really big ones too. I mean, depending on your venue and your situation, they could be really big ones. Whether you're in the cover band situation and you're just banging it out in the trenches, week to week, just out there making it happen, making the job happen, entertaining people, and that's your living. Or you're pushing your music in the studio, in a live situation. Either way, you can make these bad mistakes and you don't want to do it. So let's talk about what they are and how to avoid them. Here we go. Number 5, equipment failure. This should be common sense, right? Broken strings, bad cables, blown tubes, preventable stuff we should be doing our maintenance on, dead batteries. I've been there. I've been in the middle of a gig, have a battery go dead in a pedal, in a guitar, have a bad cable. Maybe it's a cable that was kind of showing signs at an earlier gig and I didn't replace it, and you wind up suffering the consequences because that gear wasn't maintained. Do your maintenance, be proactive. Don't make that mistake. That's an easy one. Let's move on. All right, we've all done this one, right? We're not paying attention, we're jumping around, and you're just playing the solo of your life, and you step on the cable that's coming right out of your amp. But this time, it doesn't just pull out of the amplifier, it breaks the PC board, or it breaks the PC board in your pedals. Bad, and it can shut down your whole gig. I've done it. I've had to go out to the van and get another amplifier just so I could finish a gig, or take a pedal out of the chain. You can prevent this by setting your pedal board up nice and neat. Make sure your cables aren't where you're going to step on them. When you get your cable up to your amplifier, run it through the handle and then plug it into the jack. Make sure you don't wreck that PC board. Those repairs are expensive. Let's move on. Number 3, you brought an amp that's too big for the venue. I've done it. We've all done it. We all go out and we want the biggest sledgehammer we can get. We want that 100-watt Marshall or the 200-watt Fender Super Lead. Maybe not you young guys. You don't know what I'm talking about. Back in the 90s, everybody had to have that Marshall JCM 900. That was just the amp to have. Everybody had one, literally. In high school, we were all dragging around friggin' half stacks. It was stupid. We had rehearsal studios that were on second floors that were only accessible by fire escapes. And here I am trying to audition for a band, dragging a half stack all the way up these stairs because I insisted that was my sound. Well, I didn't get in that band, and they went on and toured. Did I miss it because I brought too big of an amplifier? Yeah, probably. Don't make this mistake. Don't go into the venue with an amplifier that's too big for the venue. If you're too loud by the time you get to the sweet spot for your amplifier, you've already killed everyone in the front row. There's no one left to play music to anymore. The cooks in the back are screaming, and the manager's on his way out to fire you. Don't do it. Go in with an amplifier appropriate for the size of the venue you're playing. Everyone's going to be a lot happier. You'll be able to play in the sweet spot of your amp, and everyone in the front row will still have a face. Number 2, guitar tricks that fail. Yeah, practice your guitar tricks. You practice your guitar tricks at home too. A good guitar trick can set you apart from other guitar players. It can make your audience remember you, whether you're in the club scene or whether you're in the festival scene. A good guitar trick can really grab your audience's attention. But geez, practice these before you go out so you don't end up like, I don't know, this guy, the classic flip your guitar over your shoulder guy and it goes flying into the crowd. There's at least 100 videos on YouTube just like this. Don't do it. I've had sometimes sketchy luck doing this trick. Right after this picture was taken, things almost went really badly. Luckily, I keep a damp rag in my back pocket just in case anything bad happens. I really don't suggest playing with fire. Super dangerous. Whether your trick is extreme or whether it's just something that shows off your talent, make sure you practice at home. I have a friend with a really great guitar trick in a popular cover band in New Jersey. The bar is connected to a pizza place and they meet on the boardwalk. He finishes his guitar solo and walks to the end of the bar where 3 girls have just gotten a large pizza brought to their table. He reaches down, grabs a slice, and plays the rest of his solo with the pizza slice. He plays until there's nothing left. Sauce going everywhere, all over his Telecaster. It's in the pickups. It's in his hair. It's all over the table. He plays until there's nothing but crust. He looks the girls in the eyes, eats the crust, says, "Thank you, we'll be right back," and walks off stage. You can't beat that guitar trick. A good guitar trick can really set you apart, and that's an awesome example. All right, the number 1 worst mistake. I've made it. Hopefully you haven't made it. Lots of people have made it. It's the number 1 worst mistake that you can make in a venue. You don't want to do this. You don't want to make the worst mistake that you can make. So what's the number 1 worst mistake? You have to engage with your audience. You're there to put on a show. So put on a show. If you're just hanging out on stage, being a stage plant with that Eddie Vedder stage presence, and you got nothing going on, you better be real damn good to draw your audience into your performance. That's going to be difficult. Put on a show. Make eye contact with people. Sing directly to your audience. That's important. Dress appropriately. We should be able to look around the bar when the band's on break and tell who's in the band. Dress right. Don't look like you just rolled out of bed, grabbed a guitar, and jumped up on stage. Super unprofessional. Your audience is going to notice, and the venue is going to notice. That's another thing. The venue owner is not your enemy. He's your friend. Make friends with them. Work with your venue. They'll work with you, and they'll appreciate it. The more you put in, the more you're going to get out of this relationship. Remember, you're there as a subcontractor. So act like it. The more you put in, the more you get out. That's the number 1 mistake you can make in the music business. Don't do it. There you go. 5 mistakes I've made on stage. Don't make those mistakes on stage. Learn from me. Do better. You are better. Be better. Go do better. Rock on. Make music. See you guys in the next one.